You, welcome to the low life. Yeah. Feeling good, backing out the driveway. Knowing it's my day. I'm from the hood, so I'm mobbing up
George
the highway.
Floyd, want to dedicate to Jesus, talking to Ahmaud Arbery and all the countless of soldiers, man, and female soldiers that have been taken by the hands of the beast, man, which we call the police, which we know was started by the KKK. I want to first start this off, man. I want to tell everybody, let's talk about, the Atlanta child murders, and that's really where we want to start our journey. This is where our journey begins. This is where my journey began. Here in Atlanta, Georgia, 1979, the first child, man, Joshua Bell out of Mechanicsville, man, got killed going to a store. It happened, his mother was distraught. It kept going, another situation happening in East Point in Southwest Atlanta. We got babies in Georgia, man, that's coming in the city, in Atlanta, Georgia, that's coming up dead, our babies. It took Camille Bell, which was the first child who got killed here in Atlanta, Joshua Bell's mother, to put the spotlight on the Atlanta child murders. And what's significant about this is Atlanta, back in the 70s, from Maynard Jackson on up, we always have been black here. Our mayor, Maynard Jackson, was black. Our safety commissioner, I can't think of the gentleman's name, but he was black. We are a black community. Now, the ironic thing for the Atlanta child murders to be happening in the 80s, which come from a black city like Atlanta, Georgia, is significant, family. That's why to this day, they still trying to figure out what happened to those 29 young black boys in the 80s, from 79 to 82 that came up dead. And talking about 29 babies from the ages of 7 up to, I think, about like maybe 13 at the most. And the city wasn't safe. They tried to put it, they had stuff that came out that the Klan was involved. They didn't even shun that. Now, we talking about all black city, but now they say you have the first black serial killer, which be Wayne Williams. Now, we had looking back, we have to forgive the brother, because even the mothers of some of the boys said that they don't all the way believe that Wayne Williams did that situation. So here on this platform, we're gonna give him a pass when it comes to that, but we have to figure out and understand the complexity of what this Atlanta child murders is going to happen in our community. And it's crazy because you had projects back then in the all black city. We had the most projects. Matter of fact, I think the first project they ever put up was here in Techwood, was put up in our city. And it's just to say that the experimentation of us, the way they perceive us, the energy that we give off. We have been fighting this battle not since our ancestors was here, but we still fighting this same battle right now. So that's why I want to dedicate this Jesus Talk to the Atlanta child murders, the 29 young black kids, man, that got killed. That could have been our brothers and sisters. It could have been us when you're talking about the city of Atlanta. They bought their best here. We're talking about white FBI agents that came here. It took at least about 15 babies to get killed for anybody to do something about it. A black mayor and a black commissioner, safety commissioner, and I think a black police chief. So we got to understand like how real that the reflection of what racism is, if we don't be careful, how we could be a product of that. In the midst of the pandemic, we lost a soldier, man, George Floyd, to a knee on his neck. Been doing my research on that, man. It seems to be that kind of temperament going on all around the globe, where guys are getting either choked out or the knee to the neck thing, which is kind of a way to execute us. It's so easy to be a cop, family. It's happy to see that during the pandemic, one of our brothers, George Floyd, would spark such a flame, and people has been in the streets now for at least 19 to 20 days. America is in crisis. The unemployment is up to like 50 million, family. The coronavirus numbers is going up, whether it's right or wrong, or it's inflated or not. It's to the point where people don't feel safe. And you still having our brothers, the Kings, man, the guards, still getting taken out and executed by the KKK. You got Confederate statues coming down all over the place. You got people having real conversations about what's going on. I turn on the TV, I see Nancy Pelosi and the Democratic Party kneeling in kente cloth. So you have to understand that even with what's going on, we have to be careful about what our struggle, because they will still take our energy. They will still take everything that's which we struggling about and make it they struggle in order to carry them into the future. And why is this important, family? Because we know during the protests, we know the police was planting bricks in some of those areas to agitate us. We know what Antifa is. We know who George Soros is. We know who these names are. We know the agitators. We know the ones that come to our community to help us destroy our equality and our equal rights. Understand too that we are spiritual people, and there's a lot of things that we need to be doing as far as the spiritual thing to get us back on track. Whether it's your Jesus, whether it's your Allah, whether you into Europe or whether you into anything. But what it is, it's a consortium of who we are. So it doesn't matter. But we have to tighten up, family, because I'm looking at the protests, I see more white people than I do see black people, but when it comes to the destruction of things, they saying that the black people are the ones that's responsible for it. So I put it to you like this, never fight with emotions, because your tears will block your vision. So when you're swinging, you want to have a clear vision of what you're hooking at and not hit the innocent bystander, but the target at hand. And until we understand our community, until we understand wealth, until we be financial literate, we're gonna always lose this battle. We're gonna always be protesting. We're gonna always be screaming Black Lives Matter. And Black lives does matter, but until you have an economic and a financial literacy situation, until you can talk with your money and instead of screaming with your fist or bricks or fire, because don't get it wrong, family, I'm into the burning. I'm into the looting. We into that. That's a part of the struggle. But once the smoke settles, the smoke clears, we have to now figure out what's going to be our next thing. And economics is the best way. Financial literacy, ownership, credit scores, buying businesses. Let's be financial literate. Let's understand what's really going on. Let's never forget the 29 bodies, the babies, these beautiful kids, man, in the city of Atlanta, an all-black city, that to this day the case has not been closed. The families have forgiven Wayne Williams. Wayne Williams forgiven himself. The same thing with Martin Luther King. He's from here. Got killed, got shot in the face in the Rain Motel in Memphis. And even the family say they wasn't James Earl Ray, like James Earl Ray. So Atlanta, we are all black city, family. We spiritual. The FBI put out the paperwork to neutralize the Black Messiah. We are the Black Mecca. And for us to be given this information, I feel like Atlanta is where the royalty is. So we got to really be careful about our community and how they play things, because they taking everything from us and twisting and turning it among themselves. And if you don't believe me, just go to Alpharetta. Just go to Sandy Springs, just ride out the city and see how different things are, and come back home and you'll understand the fullness of what we're talking about. So let's continue to love each other. Let's continue to buy black, buy our community black, buy black. I like that. The same thing, man. Let's fight, man. Rashard Brooks and all the other soldiers, man, the countless soldiers dying to the hands of this beast. We fight for y'all. The KKK is the police department. It's so easy to be a police officer. We need to fight with our minds. That's what our situation was with the Egyptians. That's where we come from. That's what we are in our land. We was always intellectual people with the God thought and how we thought. So we got to get back to us and into our minds, because beating the beast with pistols and all that is playing into his realm. If we can somehow get into economics, and if we can somehow get back into the focus on who we are and being more intelligent and outthinking this beast and understanding it's chess, not checkers, we'll win the situation, man. This is another Jesus Talk, man. Shout out to Tronzai, man, for putting this thing out there, man. We're going to continue to fight. Follow me on all my social medias at Rallo Gesus, RALLOGESUS, family. Get that way to shameless plug is out right now. All merchandise, man. So this is another episode of Jesus Talk, family. Y'all stay woke, man. Right on to the real and death to the fakers.